Your Eminence, Your Eminences, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning, and it's also a pleasure to welcome to this breakfast forum one of the outstanding technicians and dedicated Christians in the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, manifested in many ways through his superb work in the digital arts and the field of filmmaking and production, in many ways that has played such an important role in advancing our Greek Orthodox faith across the United States and beyond our borders. Nick Furris is the senior producer and director of the Emmy Award-winning Greek Orthodox telecommunications program, better known to all of us as Gotelecom. And among his many projects was the 10-part series entitled The History of Orthodox Christianity, which was filmed across a series of locations in the Middle East, Greece, Italy, Turkey, and Russia. He has recently completed the production of the 26 half-hour original programs for Gotelecom entitled Discovering Orthodox Christianity. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Nick Furris.
Your Eminence, Archbishop Dimitrios of America, Your Eminences, Your Graces, Reverend Fathers, Mr. Charles Kotros, Chairman of Leadership 100, Ms. Paulette Poulos, Executive Director, and most distinguished members of Leadership 100, Kalimera, good morning. What an honor it is to truly have been asked to present to you this morning, and quite a role reversal, as for over 25 years, I and my film crews were positioned in the back of the room, recording Leadership 100 conferences, Archon banquets, and clergy lady congresses. Now it is I who have the eyes of the audience, the photographers, and maybe even a camera or two on me. I can say without reservation or hesitation that for me, the back of the room is better. I also feel a bit uneasy because I stand before you representing my colleague for over 25 years, Mrs. Marissa Papageorge-Kastidis, the managing director of Greek Orthodox Telecommunications, or Gotelecom, as it has been known. We have worked together since its formation, so this honor is also her honor. I begin this morning with profound gratitude. Thank you, Leadership 100, for your decades of support of Gotelecom, for your grants, for many of the most innovative programs we have produced over the past 25 years through this ministry of the Church in America that we believe has empowered, enriched, and made a difference for the better in the life of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, our metropolises, our parishes, and our homes. Gotelecom was born at a very special moment in time, over a quarter of a century ago in 1988-89. And after securing funding to begin producing half-hour television shows that would air nationally on a television station then called Vision, now called the Hallmark Channel, I vividly recall waiting patiently with a VHS tape in hand, if anyone can remember what a VHS tape is, and a portable television for the arrival of His Eminence Archbishop Iakovos of blessed memory to view the first show we had produced. When he came downstairs and concluded watching the first show, he was very pleased and asked us to continue the good work, to ensure the highest standards of production value, and to always remember to put faith first and never compromise her truth and her integrity as we produce these shows. I do remember his big smile, and I want to believe that we had surpassed his expectations. He asked if he could keep the VHS tape so he could show others. So you see, not only had that revered leader, your founder, blessed the formation and work of this new ministry that went on with early support from Leadership 100 to produce countless award-winning documentaries, talk show series, educational and promotional videos, but our revered spiritual leader for the past 15 years, His Eminence Archbishop Dimitrios of America, ensured that we continue to communicate the many ministries of our Archdiocese on the import of our cherished faith and heritage with the programs that we aired nationally, but also had made available as resources to parishes, religious educators, and the faithful. Our beginnings also turned out to be a double blessing, in that at that very meeting, there was a metropolitan visiting the Archdiocese from the Furris. His Eminence called this hierarch over when the screening was done and asked him to comment on the program. This metropolitan of Philadelphia, I believe at the time, was unknown to us, but spoke eloquently about the need to always promote the truth of orthodoxy and congratulated us on the production. Who would have known then that he would eventually become our spiritual father, His All Holiness Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, who has embraced video and the use of technology as a necessity for communicating the truth of orthodoxy. But this morning I address our most recent project together. Gotelecom was honored to receive a grant to produce a 26-part series entitled Discovering Orthodox Christianity. 22 shows on the range of topics offering a basic understanding of Orthodox Christianity, the Greek Orthodox Church in America, and its relevance in modern times, along with 4 Bible studies offered by His Eminence Archbishop Dimitrios, which, as Leadership 100 members know firsthand, are always remarkable in insight and spiritually uplifting. But the series is unique in the fact that many of the ministries and institutions of the Church that are supported by Leadership 100 are also featured. So although the grant was to Gotelecom, it had multiple values in promoting those very ministries and institutions. The primary example was the use of Hellenic College Holy Cross Greek Orthodox School of Theology, instead of using a traditional television studio set to produce these talk shows, highlighting the campus and many of the brilliant faculty that is at the heart of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese in America, where our future priests, our future hierarchs, are prepared to lead the faith in this new millennium. This cross-promotion was a natural fit, and it is well known how Leadership 100 supports Hellenic College Holy Cross. Another is the Department of Internet Ministries, the beneficiary of many Leadership 100 grants. Orthodoxy in a New Media Age is a show that highlights the work of this amazing ministry. Again, a natural cross-promotion of a ministry within this grant. There are many more examples, such as the Department of Youth and Young Adult Ministries, the Department of Religious Education, the Center for Family Care, the National Forum of Greek Orthodox Church Musicians, just to name a few of the many that Leadership 100 has supported and that have impacted the Greek Orthodox Church in America, securing her future. Discovering Orthodox Christianity offers education and information to the Orthodox and non-Orthodox alike, highlighting many of these ministries and utilizing technology that is readily available for any individual or group to access and to consume. But first and foremost, I want to thank His Eminence Archbishop Dimitrios of America, who took a very active role in ensuring that all aspects of the series were thoroughly reviewed and discussed, and that every detail of the series was produced at the highest level. His Eminence challenged us. He made it very clear, abundantly clear, that this series was an important one and there was no room for compromise. He echoed the words of Archbishop Iakovos so many years ago. And Your Eminence, we thank you for your great insight, which took a potentially good series and made it great. Now, speaking as I am to a body of business people dedicated to their faith and their church, I think it's appropriate to discuss the return on investment, the ROI, of this grant from 2 perspectives. The traditional advertising cost per active lead perspective, which in itself is a bit unique, since we are not selling an item per se, but rather an intangible way of life through the grace of an institution, and from another point of view, that of both an Orthodox Christian and an institutional church. From a cost per active lead, or rather a better term in this context, a cost of active impression, be they transformative, spiritually nurturing, or simply educational for both Orthodox and non-Orthodox alike, let me simply put a very low cost of $8 per active impression. In traditional advertising campaigns, this cost is far greater. Having discussed this series with many advertising agencies over the past few months, preparing for this address and discussing this type of impression, the cost of $8 per active impression is certainly very acceptable and, quite frankly, ridiculously low. A car dealer in a single market will spend $60,000 a month to sell 400 cars. His cost per active lead would be $150. So to settle on a minimal cost of $8 per lead, not selling a product, but something intangible, for the sake of showing an ROI, is acceptable in my eyes. Now, if we accept that formula, as of this morning, I woke up early and I checked, we have had 53,754 online views of this series. And this is just from the Archdiocesan YouTube channel alone, and does not take into consideration any views through any other medium. The ROI of the grant would then be, taking that number, $8 per active lead, $430,000 as of today, which far exceeds the full grant of $270,000. And we are in February, and the series premiered the first week of November. So this is in just a short 3.5 months. Over the course of time, the viewership and impressions online alone will certainly climb into the hundreds of thousands worldwide. It's also important to note that the material is evergreen in nature and can be used for many years to come. Once again, your return on investments, most distinguished members of Leadership 100, is priceless. The mission of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese is to proclaim the gospel of Christ, to teach and spread the Orthodox Christian faith, to energize, cultivate, and guide the life of the Church in the United States of America, according to the Holy Orthodox Christian faith and tradition. Leadership 100 and the generous grants it offers are such a vital resource to accomplishing this mission. You have enabled Gotelecom and other ministries of the Church to dare to dream and produce truly amazing work, sustaining and promoting the mission and ministry of our Church. God bless you all for your commitment. Congratulations on 30 years of excellence. On behalf of Marissa Castidas, we wish you a successful conference, and may God continue to bless each of you and all you do for His Holy Church in America and around the world. Thank you once again for this tremendous honor.